So now you have RawTherapee installed on your computer, and now what do you do? What do you do with it? I'm going to show you all the settings that I use, so stick with me here. Just watch the whole video so you don't miss any of the settings, and I'm going to show you how to get that wow factor on your photos. I'm going to show you what I do. So guys, first you got to find your photo, so you're going to go into the browser tab here and find your photos. And where did I put them? Images to muck with. All right, here we go. So we're going to start with this here. So all your photos will show up here. Guys, I'm going to play with this one here. All right, there we go. So it's loaded and it's already a beautiful picture, guys, but I want to give it just a little bit more pop. So what am I going to do here? Now I like to work up here. These are all your tools up here. I like to work left to right. That's the way they laid it out, and that's the way I think you should work with it. And the very first tool here is exposure. So I'm going to actually go into my exposure, and I'm going to give it an exposure compensation of 0.35. And see, it just brightened up the picture a little bit there. So now that I've added a little exposure compensation, because I do like a bright image, I'm going to go into my shadows and highlights tool here. You got to turn the tools on, guys, in order for them to do anything. But while you're in shadows and highlights, this is a good place to check for overexposed or clipped highlights and shadows. You can see these little triangles here. It'll show you where you've overexposed. And you could actually use this tool here to compensate for that a bit. Watch my my highlights will actually get less overexposed. It does affect the overall image though. So I'm going to leave some of it overexposed. That's just the way I like it. And same with the shadows here. So you can click on there. You can see I don't have too many overly exposed shadows, but you can reduce them a bit. They're almost gone. I'm going to leave it there. Oops. So you can see the difference that it makes. It actually looks quite good. The next thing I'm going to do, guys, is I'm going to go into Tone Equalizer. I'm going to turn that on. And from here, I'm going to bring the shadows down just a little bit again, because I do like a darker image. Just slightly. And I'm going to close that. And then the last thing I'm going to do under this tab here is I'm going to go to the vignette filter. I'm going to turn that on. And I'm going to set this to 1. I find the default's just not quite enough. And then from there, guys, I'm going to go into the detail tab here, and I'm going to turn on sharpening. Now, the picture was taken on a 24 megapixel full frame camera. The picture's already pretty sharp. If I zoomed in, you'd see all kinds of details, but I do like to add a little bit of default sharpening. It does actually work. It makes it a little bit sharper. And then I'm going to go into this color tab here. And this is where some magic happens, okay? So I'm going to turn on vibrance. And I'm going to set this up to about, I think I like 15. And you can see the greens just got greener, okay? Beautiful. Just a little bit, not too much. And then I'm going to close the vibrance tab. I'm going to go down to soft light. And I'm just going to turn that on. You see what it did there? That was a little bit of my pop. I like the default setting. I think it's set to default 30. That's where I just leave it set. So guys, I quickly just created a duplicate of the file here so you can see the original. So you can see that's the original there, beautiful picture. But then you can see all the details I've added to it with these tools I just showed you. And there's that pop, guys. Did you see it? Pow! It's beautiful. Guys, I'm going to give you one little tip here. So let's say you've taken a lot of photos in the exact same setting, and you don't want to have to do this to every single photo. They've given you a chance up here, this tab right here. So you can actually save this profile, and I'm just going to call it pop. And then when you load your next image, you could actually go back in here, load your profiles, and quickly add that profile. It's nice and quick. Pop, did you see that? It just came out. All right, guys, so if that helped you in any way, do consider leaving this video a like. If you want to see more like this, consider hitting subscribe. And if there's something I forgot, if there's something in this program that could add a little bit more pop to your pictures that I didn't mention, leave a comment down below. Let's talk about it. Maybe there's something I don't know. And guys, I'm going to take this picture further. I'm going to actually, in this video here, I'm going to show you how you can add lens flares to your photos after the fact. So let's say you do want a lens flare and your lens didn't pick it up. Watch this video. I'm going to show you how to make some cool lens flares on RawTherapee. Until next time, guys.